Donald, what's this about you not letting me watch Bush take on the Elite Four when we finally get to them? Do you have some sort of vendetta against me or what?
Trust me, Joe, it's for your own good. I always have your best interests in mind, even if you hate it. Now go like the video and subscribe, guys. Join our channel as a member if you want early access to our videos and our Patreon if you want to support us too. Today, Bush is going to be taking on the worm and possibly making his way to 2 gyms.
This worm is a steel-type remember buddy, so using Articuno is probably not the best idea. But we do have Reflect, so that should help us defend against the physical moves. Your best strat for this battle is to use Chi-Yu, though, since fire is super effective against steel.
I know my Fishy is the best, but Little Super here is currently the weakest member of the group. Although saying that, I just realized it'll always be the weakest, because how could it compete against the rest of the squad? This team is going to be so cracked.
We still have to deal with the level discrepancies, though. Like this guy must be about level 35 or 40. And then all the Pokémon on the east side of Paldea, which we're in right now, are really strong.
I'm still not too worried about their strength. I can just send some of our team out in the free roam mode and they can get up levels that way. But the moves are still god-awful, so something seriously needs to be done about that. I'm not sure if I can even beat the other team star members at the moment since they're all so strong too.
You'll be able to beat them, but the better moves won't be available until the team gets to way higher levels. The only way to get around that is to keep training. But the problem is we won't know how much to train and how much not to. Eventually we'll be higher leveled than our opponents since it's very difficult to avoid overleveling in this game.
This worm is quite the challenge for us at the moment, which is nice. We still need some electric-type moves at some point, though, because water is the largest typing in the series. For now, Bush just focus on the trials, and I'm sure things will work out.
Well, whilst this steel deathworm plays hide and seek with me, I'll ask the viewers the question for this video, which is which Paradox Pokemon do you all think is the strongest of them all? Personally, I really like the Volcarona one, but for the strongest, it has got to be the Raikou Giraffe.
Honestly, those legendary Paradox Pokemon look so stupid, except the Entei one. I mean, how could they turn a Pokemon as cool as Raikou into a goddamn giraffe of all things? It doesn't suit it at all. Suicune was butchered as well with its design.
I love the Salamence one with its huge wings, and the Hydreigon one is also really strong too. But I don't think those two are the strongest. I guess you could call Miraidon and Koraidon legendary Paradox Pokemon too, if you like.
The worm has eaten the plants, which means it's boosted in power now, Bush, so get ready. Good idea using Chi-Yu right now, since we can even burn the thing with Will-O-Wisp. That's a move we need to keep throughout the whole game. It's not as broken as Toxic, but still very useful to have.
I don't think any of our Pokemon can even use Toxic for the moment anyway. I tested them to see what moves they can learn, and none of them can learn water, or electric ones as well. So yeah, we're gonna be in big trouble.
Probably not what Bush needs to be hearing, Donnie. You're supposed to be instilling him with positivity and nice vibes, not telling him that he basically has no chance.
Oh look, we get a nice little close-up of my beautiful Chi-Yu. He is such a doll, isn't he, boys? I love him so much. He has to be my favorite Pokemon now out of them all, and he destroyed the worm too. This Titan was much easier to beat than the crab.
Yeah, he's great, but please don't call him a doll ever again. That word can be reserved for Pokemon like Jinx or Smoochum or I don't know. How about Fennekin? But absolutely not our legendary goldfish.
We get to eat more of those sandwiches now, guys, and that means Miraidon gains more of its original powers back. I can't remember what we get this time, but whatever it is will definitely help us move about more.
This is the jump one, Donald. See, even I remember that, because I think this was as far as we got the first time we played through Scarlet and Violet. By the way, I saw some people asking us to play this game again later on with a normal team, so what do you guys think of that?
I cannot be bothered to play through this glitch fest again, Joe. Once is enough for me, for now at least, although I'm a very open-minded person, and that opinion could change. Saying that, however, it's 2025. So am I even allowed to change my opinion on things anymore? I don't want to get canceled.
You're allowed to change your opinion, Obama, because you're a president. Also, I fell asleep for a few seconds because I couldn't be bothered to listen to Arven's little sop story about his weird, huge dog Pokémon thing. I never liked this one, and I don't know why his keeps it either.
That's so mean, Donald. I think you should apologize to the poor guy. He loves his dog thing so much, and the poor thing isn't feeling well either. If only I could remember what it was called, then I'd write a poem about it. That would make Arven very happy.
He's even started to tear up now because his Pokemon ate the sandwich and immediately started feeling better. The fact that Arven and the main character being you, Bush, keeps this thing a secret is the most outrageous situation.
Joe, shut the hell up about the magic plants. They're not even real. Plus, we need to be selfish here so we can get Miraidon's strength back so it become OP again. And with its help, we can enter Area 0 and catch all the Paradox Pokemon.
Okay, I saw what you just did there, buddy. And the gym you just set a waypoint for was the one we should have gone to right at the start. But the problem is, the one right after it is very difficult. The next one is a grass-type gym, and the one after is psychic, but the level difference is insane.
I'll cross that bridge when we get to it, Donald. I made it to the grass-type city, though. And this was the place you guys said had the dumbest challenge in the last episode. So I'm looking forward to seeing what it's all about. We have lots of counters to grass, so I'm not worried about this gym.
But once again, we get interrupted by Nemona, who has nothing useful to say. Unless she has some super awesome TM to give us like Dragon Pulse or Ice Beam, then I don't particularly care about her. We have had way better rivals, and she ranks close to the bottom for me.
I agree, she's a pretty boring rival. She wants to challenge you to a battle first before the gym to see if you're worthy, Bush. So let's see what she's all about now. We haven't taken her on in a while since we first left off on our journey.
She's gonna get wrecked regardless of what she tries with me. This battle will be more of a warm-up for her and a wake-up call too. She's already a champion, remember, but for some reason wants to start all over again to get stronger with me when I'm already just way better.
Her little rock ruff survived an aerial ace from Ray Ray, which was impressive. Maybe she has gotten a tiny bit better, but of course a two-shot attack is all that would take it out. Her starter Pokemon has probably evolved as well by now, so get ready for that dude.
Her team is in the level 20 zone, but we won't be getting much experience from any of these battles or even the wild Pokemon in the surrounding area. So if you need to do some training, then I don't recommend doing it here. We'd have to go back to the other side of Paldea, but thank God fast travel is a thing.
At this point in the series, I'm just glad that HM moves aren't a thing and moves like Fly are just normal now. I hope every game has this change committed going forward.
Wow, she wasted all her time going on about how great Terrastalising is, only for me to smack her starter Grass Cat in the face with Rayquaza's tail. If I was her, I'd just give up now.
Yeah, that's GG to her. She's going to come back later on with her stronger Team Bush, but you should be all right when that happens. The main focus right now is this next gym. The gym leader is like Joe's age too, so it's going to be so easy.
Hang on, what does my age have to do with anything, Barry? Take a look at Drake, for example. Not the Canadian one who got slammed by my boy Kendrick, but the Elite Four one who is like 80 years old. He's strong as hell and still old.
He's got a point there. Drake is one awesome dude. Shame he has the same name as that other bozo. But that aside, it's time for the gym challenge first off, and looks like I have to move this giant olive ball thing around an obstacle course. I see now why you guys were trashing this in the last episodes.
This whole puzzle is generally a complete waste of time. I don't even understand why this makes any sense. It would be better to just have a few trainer battles and then puzzles like how the old gyms had. Nakreen City, for example, in the Unova region, had a great puzzle with all those clues hiding in the books. This is just silly.
I want to know what the viewers think about this puzzle and some of the other ones too. I guess, though, if you're a younger player, this could be considered fun. But to us, who have been playing since day one, this is just nonsense. We are Pokemon Red and Blue OGs, and this doesn't stand for us.
Okay, so you got the olive in the final goal line, but nothing is happening here, guys. Are we missing something, or is the game just bugging out again?
Oh my God, just screw this shit, Bush. Restart the game and cut to the gym battle. I'm sure the game is soft locking us for some stupid reason. Unless that olive had to be directly in the center of that target thingy.
Okay, we restarted the game and the challenge ended. We had no idea what was going on with that, but anyway, it's gym battle time. George, this one is going to be a complete obliteration of her Pokémon since we should have come this way first. And now we're kind of over-leveled by accident, but who cares? This whole town has just pissed me off.
This woman's face pisses me off as well. And her hat is too big for her head. Let's get this done with those guys, and my Ray Ray is up front since Donald was complaining about not seeing it enough. It should be able to sweep her grass types with my flying type move.
Yep, here we go. One shot straight to that little bug's face. I mean, Rayquaza could just launch these fools straight into the stratosphere with one flick of his tail, including that old hag as well. In fact, he should just launch this whole town into space.
At least after this battle is done, the other ones will be more exciting, Donald. I know the other towns also have a lot more going on, and we need to change our drips as well. To make you feel better, how about we take on the Dragon Titan after?
Bush wants to go to the Psychic Town place first. He's probably going to get wrecked there as well. I mean, it's the next closest gym to this one, so logically a new player would head there first, but that whole town and the surrounding area is full of like level 45 Pokémon. The gym battle itself is close to level 50.
She was right in saying her Pokémon dropped like flies. They stood no chance at their level. Even her terrestrial Pokémon got one tapped. In an ideal world, she'd have evolved her Teddiursa into an Ursaring, which would have been a more fun challenge.
Okay, after a rather uneventful trip through some valleys and caves, I made it to the next town where all the cracked Pokémon live, according to Donald. I did encounter one level 45 Gabite in that cave, but managed to take it out really easily, actually.
It's all free training and experience for you, George, so I'd say try battle as many Pokémon as you can when you encounter them, especially for this town, which is full of strong Pokémon. The gym leader is a solid 10 out of 10, though.
Oh, I forgot how good she looks, Joe. She's some sort of fashion designer or model, I think, and yeah, she's pretty gorgeous. Obviously, someone of my status would get her really easy, so I think I'll let one of you three take her out if you like. She'll come knocking for me afterwards anyway.
Yeah, don't get your hopes up, Donald. We're all champions here, even me. I just have to talk about how I have a place in the Alola region and she'll be on my private jet with her selection of bikinis, ready to sunbathe in that beautiful Alola sunshine.
You two arguing over who gets to take the gym leader out interrupted me from those two people talking. I think that other person with the long hair is another member of the Paldea Elite Four. And that man we've seen before too in the last gym. Both of them look weak.
They wished you luck for this gym battle, Bush, so be nice. And the challenge for this is basically you playing Just Dance with your fingers. Again, another dumb challenge, which has no relevance to anything. What will be interesting, though, is to see what level the trainer's Pokémon are here before we take on the gym battle.
Okay, so for this one, Bush, you just have to press the button, which corresponds with the emotion she says you need to show at the top of the screen. I think you can even make mistakes and she'll pass you. This is why Donald is angry about this challenge, because this one is even more dumb than that olive.
It's quite funny seeing those tiny Pokémon at the back, and then they had to make space for Rayquaza because he's so big. They should have modeled his actual size, though, because he's actually huge.
I'm already having the first battle of this challenge, and we're against this clown thing from Unova. The Gothita line here is not my favorite, to be honest. And I personally prefer the Reuniclus one more. Those Pokémon are way stronger, too.
Okay, so this is the issue right here. The trainer Pokémon are already level 43, and our highest is level 28. Normally this would be fine since we're using legendary Pokémon, but their moves still aren't great. So you probably will have to do a lot of training, Bush. However, the issue then is we'll be way too strong for other battles, so I'm not sure how to handle that.
You did get very lucky that Curlia used Calm Mind and not something like Dazzling Gleam. That move would have one-shot Ray, and then we'd basically have no chance since Crunch is our best bet of winning these battles. Chi-Yu is Dark-type too, but it only has payback right now.
Bush beat that first little trainer quite easily, though, even with the level difference. Payback could end up being a very strong move if used right, since I think it doubles the damage done back to the opponent if they go first.
We only have 2 trainers to battle, and the next one should be coming up very shortly. I bet it's going to be way more difficult. And we didn't exactly get the chance to heal up, did we?
We have to battle Grumpig now. This fat pig is actually quite a tough cookie, especially at the level it's at compared to us. All psychic-type Pokémon seem to specialize more in special attacks than physical, and we haven't got Light Screen, which would really help in this battle.
Ray got slammed with Rock Gem, which I didn't expect this piggy to have. I think that's basically going to be GG to us now then, since we can't heal in the battle and Crunch did so much damage too. What's the plan now, George?
I have no idea, since Grumpig can use Rest as well, which means it can remove all status moves and heal so much. And it even has Snore, which means it can attack us whilst it's still sleeping. I have no counter for this, guys. I haven't got any Pokemon now with a strong enough move to basically one-shot this thing because it will just heal up anyway.
Grumpig is absolutely cracked. How are we supposed to even attempt to beat the gym leader if we're getting ruined by this guy right now? Safe to say that we have no chance against her at this moment. So the best thing to do is a shit ton of training after this bush. That's if we can even beat this old fart first and his pork chop.
Power Gem is literally super effective against every Pokemon in the team, which could have been a slight oversight on my end. I just thought of some cool legendaries we could use, but turns out it may backfire on us in this battle.
It doesn't help that Chi-Yu just flinched there for no reason whatsoever except to troll us. The game has a vendetta because we kept shit talking it, boys. Maybe we need a hard reset, or we let someone better than Bush play.
Listen, Barry, we all know you just want to have a go again so you can redeem yourself. But let Bush finish this one, and you'll have your chance again very soon after Joe and I have played our games, whatever they may be. We still haven't come up with a decision for them yet, except Legends Arceus, of course.
I'm really pissed off, guys. I don't know why I listened to whoever it was that told me to come to this gym first, and also what genius thought it would be a good idea to have a level 15 or so gym right next to a town with Pokemon that are over level 40. Someone needs to go back to level design school and rethink their life choices.
Can't say I disagree with that. This gym was a very big mistake. But don't worry, we have a bunch of experience candies we can just dump on Chi-Yu and then come back later.
How much of those to use is the bigger issue, Joe? We have some of the higher leveled ones, and it doesn't tell you how many levels the Pokemon will increase by. So we could end up just being completely busted if we're not careful. I think Bush still needs a bit of a challenge, you know?
Nah, man, I'm so tempted to just rage quit now. How can I keep playing this game when this keeps happening to me, and then I have you three fools and people in the comments telling me I can't overlevel, but then sideswipe me by saying I also need to train more? I don't know what to do.
Bush, snap out of it, you dumbass. No time for negative thinking. You'll come back stronger next time, don't worry, and you will beat this game. I know you will.
I am so done for today. Peace out.